Nvidia will report earnings today, and this is the most expected, most anticipated earnings report for the beginning of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Wealth Dawn. We are going to do here a live edition of the expected upcoming earnings report for Nvidia. What is going to mean for the market? What is this going to mean for the market? We're also going to do a quick overview over the major indices and earnings. We had a couple of earnings and we are going to have a couple of earnings today, and we're going to go all over them just in a couple of seconds. So let's just get started with the general S&P. So yesterday was the State of the Union from the President Trump of the USA. Nothing bad happened. Thanks God. I got my fingers crossed there. Sold my long. We're also going to jump into my trades. Stacy sold my MES before that announcement, because who knows what that guy is going to say. Jesus, I'm afraid of that. And right here, wealth, we build and protect wealth. So we have to protect our wealth, not just build it. We have to also protect it, because Trump's tweets and expertise over the world can make your portfolio go bloop. Okay, so let's go over the major indices. We got here S&P 500 closed yesterday on a green. Futures are pointing up real nicely, even all-time highs. Sorry about that. Reaching all-time highs for today. We got the Nasdaq also pointing up nicely, and VIX is going lower, which is not that bad. But if we take a look at the VIX for a longer term stretch here, I just think it's going to hit this red line, and which is a 200-day moving average, is going to jump up back again. So I'll be really cautious, even if the VIX manages to trigger here a new downward trend. I will still be cautious. The VIX is currently, as you can see here, it is in a uptrend. So do not trust the markets for now. Let's just try and survive until the summer. Okay, silver pointing up, gold pointing up. Silver is up almost 4%. For the copper is up almost 4%. Oil is a little bit, just a tinge down, because we're concentrating on different things, accepting war. Gas came down a bit. The dollar is just getting pounded here, which is not that bad, but also not that good. Bitcoin pointing up, Ethereum pointing up. Bitcoin is actually up 2.13%, which is not that bad. And with this being said, let's just move to some companies that already reported, or I don't think so. Let's see. Circle, yes, reported earning, beat on revenue, beat on EPS here. So let's just jump into CRCL, Circle. Let's see how it did. I also own a little bit of Circle. Oh, and the pre-market is up, went up here to the 200. No, wait, to the one, is the 100 or the 50-day? The 50-day moving average, sorry. Went up to the 50-day moving average, hit its head, came back down again. So let's just let the market open. Maybe Circle is going to go even further up. If not, then, well, it's down again for Circle. Then we have Loss Company reported earnings, beat on revenue, beat on EPS. Let's see how LOVW is doing. Drop. Oh, yes, exactly as expected. So everything that is, it's kind of, this rotation is kind of taking a breather here. So what happened? Everything that was a staple went up. As you can see here, each and every staple went up, and now it's kind of getting hauled down. Wait, I wanted to delete this. It's kind of getting destroyed, setting it up for a maybe potential rotation. So the matter of fact that on earnings day it went down and they beat earnings. Guys, surprising for me. Then we have Resources, Recursion Pharmaceutics. I'm not following these companies. Not following Law. I'm following Circle. And then we have TJX, which will report earnings. But TJX also, if you take a look at TJX here, it's up pre-market, and I'm kind of afraid that it's going to be down after they report earnings, which is just in a couple of minutes, a couple of hours. Okay, we had HOT, and then we also have HSBC, which is a bank, and they just got pummeled on earnings. Let's see how the stock is, and it's up. So that's why I say invest in an ETF because of on this kind of earnings. So just bear with me on this one. They reported revenue, missed on revenue 3.02% and missed on EPS. It was expected going to report $1.75 earnings per share, and they reported 0.37 cents. So they missed 78.86, almost, let's just call it 80% almost. Let's call it 80%, you know what? And the stock is up. So yeah. Okay, let's move on. We are going to have after the bell Nvidia, Salesforce, Snowflake, Ion, NU, which is really cool company. Not holding it right now, waiting for things to kind of settle down. Then we have Trade Desk, and Joby. Then we have Synapsys, which is also an interesting company. We have here C3 AI. We have Zoom reporting earnings. We have Vici Property reporting earnings, which I own, and maybe we'll sell after their earnings report or even before the earnings. And Redwire. Then we have Pure Storage. We have deals, and obviously all of these. Paramount Skydance is going to report earnings. So excited for that one. I'm being sarcastic here. Okay, Root, Trip, and yeah. Let's jump to Nvidia because that's what you're here for. So what will happen is, let's go to Nvidia here, NVDA. That's going to do a technical analysis. Actually, we're going to jump then to my other trading platform where I own some. Actually, I don't own any stock. I'm just using options there, which is different from my two portfolios that I manage, which are for retirement and so on, so on. So there, this is a pinch of those portfolios. But let's just jump into Nvidia. So they're expecting to report, and we can also see it here. They're expected to report a $65.9 billion revenue, roughly, because it's actually between 65.6 and 65.9, and that's actually the whisper numbers. And then they're expected to report a 1.53 EPS earnings per share. And by the way, the revenue is expected to grow 67% year to year. So let's see how they will handle this. So whisper numbers suggest some analysts think that they're going to be higher, those numbers. Now, what is the most important thing here is guidance for the next quarter. That's what investors want to hear. And I'm kind of in a conundrum right now because Nvidia is technically in a range bound. They're underneath their previous highs. They even went lower after they reported last time earnings. So if we just would go with each time they reported earnings, the stock went lower the last two times, and then it went higher. So I'm kind of in a conundrum here. I'm going to show you just in a couple of seconds. I'm going to show you my positions on Nvidia. Now, why is this report such a big deal? First of all, AI demand indicates that Nvidia is effectively the barometer for AI infrastructure spending. If demand softens, it could signal a slowdown in the tech capital expansions. But everybody until now said that they're rising their capex. So why would this report be bad? From this point of view, I'm not saying anything bad. Okay. Now, Nvidia carries, because it has a lot of market influence, it carries large weight in the major indices. And not only in the S&P, but also in the Nasdaq. Its earnings can move the markets one way or another. So basically, if Nvidia drops after the earnings, it would be also a good idea to maybe buy some S&P. The problem with the S&P is that I think we're going to go to new all-time highs again, or range bound again, because ES minis are Oh, they're porting higher. Perfect. So they just broke the trend here, or they're trying to break the trend. They went above the 20-day moving average, and we are safe now, it seems, at least for now. So this could mean that if I draw here a trend line, which constantly was held here, so we could see the stock market go up to 6,961, or even go back to 7,000, which again, then have a new sell-off once more. So this is my conundrum here. What should we do with Nvidia? Because products in focus, like in Blackwell, the H-series GPUs, the Rubin platforms and interface chips, we need to see how the demand is there. So possible scenarios for the market. A bullish outcome, which just can indicate that a beat on both revenue and EPS, strong guidance, so far and so on. Nvidia could surge a couple of percentages, could send Nvidia stock and the related AI tech sector higher post-market. And we're going to see the effects of that tomorrow. And tomorrow, just going over this, we're going to have nothing, no special events. And we're going to have Friday, then the PPI report, which is the producer price inflation. So we just go back here to NVIDIA, NVDA. There's also a bearish case for this. The bearish outcome is if guidance shows slowing data center orders or weakening margins, negative tech sentiment could spread. Now, where the heck could it spread? Because we're already so negative on tech that I can't even fathom that. Well, again, close this and make it larger. I can't even fathom where is this going to go? Or maybe this time will be the time for Nvidia to sell off, because there's still a pullback from its peak, even its lower lows was a minus 18, let's say 19, let's say 20%, but that's nothing. That is not a pullback for the stock. We just went up, let's just say from 2024, you see the last earning that they had in May 2024. So I'm just going to take this earning and go up here. It's currently still 124% up. Not to its all-time high, but to its current price. To all-time highs, it was 145% almost up. So given the heavy position and bullish positioning, this scenario could increase volatility. If it has a pullback, it could increase the volatility in the entire market. Now, what it means for the stock market. Both the tech, broader tech impact, just a couple of notes here. I noted that broader tech impact is one thing. Then we have the AI sector. And both of them could weigh then off infrastructure, AI hardware cycle, semiconductor sectors, and also the strong results could, well, AI bubble fears if it's positive. So what do we want to watch for? First of all, the numbers. Okay, I think the numbers are going to be great. They're going to beat, as always, because all of the companies indicated to us that they are increasing capital expenditure for AI. So we need to see what in the earnings call Jason Wang, the CEO of Nvidia, will communicate us. What's his outlook for hyperscale spending? Clues for China demand, okay, supply chains, profit margin expansion. These narrative elements often drive the stock price more than the numbers themselves. So let's just take here. Now let's go to my positions. So what I'm going to do, and I'm just going to explain the position really quickly. I have a long put bought in the future with a 322 days expiration date here. Let me zoom this out even more. So these are the days to expiration, 324 days to expiration, my in the money put. Then I have a call, in the money call bought. Now I have some calls as sold calls against it. Okay, sold them, closed them, sold them, closed them. Most of them in a profit. Now I made a little bit of mistake here, and I'm going to have this call, which I sold. It's in the money, and I sold it at 180. So basically betting that the stock will not go to 180. Now, as currently indicated, and if you take a also look at the diagram here, at the charts, I think I'm wrong. I'm most positively wrong. RSI is bullish at 59. MACD is in a buy signal, and we are above the Ichimoku cloud. So this indicates the probability of the stock reaching a $200 per share after earnings. Meaning that my in the money call is going to cost me a lot more to close them because I have to buy it back. I sold the call, now I have to buy it back. I also have a vertical spread, put back to my position, a vertical bullish, because this is bearish, okay? I sold a call. Also have a vertical put spread sold against it, meaning that I want the price to go up. Now I just did this just because I saw that I was wrong here, so at least get some money back. So what I'm going to do is, as soon as the market opens, because it's the before the bell edition, I'm going to close this call, realize that loss, that's it, and I'm going to let this puppy run, expecting Nvidia to be green. Although, as I said, each time Nvidia reported earnings, the last two times, the stock went down after that. But then it also went up. So am I expecting for the stock to go down after these earnings? I'm afraid not. I'm afraid the stock is going to go up, and that I will not have the possibility to close that call for not even a profit, but for less loss. So I'm going to acknowledge defeat, close the call, remain with my put spread open. If I'm wrong, because I'm going to do this before the earnings, so as soon as the bell rings, I'm going to see what is going on, and if I have a good enough opportunity, I'm going to close that call, realize that loss, and see that my prediction is correct, that Nvidia is going to go up. Okay, so that's my 2 cents on Nvidia. Let me hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think Nvidia is going to do tonight or after the bell? And with this being said, I'm Norbert Menhart. This is Wealth Done, where we build and protect wealth. Join us, click that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell in order to get notified when we go live and post new videos like this. So stay safe out there. Catch you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.